Good evening.
The Somali referee kept out of the World Cup will now officiate its biggest club match. Deportees locked in Southern Africa had to starve themselves to get word out.
Spain wins the World Cup in July and gets 6 to 9 days before the next tournament begins.
Today's question: who decides you've had enough rest?
The UEFA Super Cup final has its referee. Omar Artan from Somalia will take charge of the match between Paris Saint-Germain and Aston Villa. Artan was barred from officiating at the World Cup. That decision was described as controversial. The referee has said he feels proud to be taking on this assignment. The Super Cup is played between the winners of the Champions League and the Europa League, making it one of European football's showcase occasions. This will be a significant moment for Artan after missing out on the World Cup. Sporting News reported this. A leading think tank is warning that Russia plans to use the coming winter months as a weapon against Ukraine. The Institute for the Study of War says President Putin is preparing to try to break Kyiv's resistance during the cold season ahead. The research group says Putin will refuse to enter serious negotiations as long as he believes he still has a viable military path to victory. The assessment suggests the conflict will continue through winter, with Russia attempting to exploit the harsh conditions to pressure Ukraine's government and population. Independent reported this. A group of deportees has been sent to a prison in southern Africa by the Trump administration. One of the detainees went on a hunger strike and managed to obtain a cell phone. Using that phone, they were able to make contact with a reporter from outside. The reporter conducted interviews with several people being held at the facility. The detainees are being held thousands of miles from the United States in a location that has made it extremely difficult for journalists to verify their conditions or hear their accounts directly. New York Times reported this. There's a growing debate about how to tackle global warming. A new movement is pushing back against net zero policies. These critics argue that the answer to climate change is obvious to everyone except what they call climate change zealots. The anti-net zero movement is gaining attention for its opposition to current climate policies. The Financial Times is reporting on this shift in the conversation around climate action. Financial Times reported this. A court has ruled that a massage therapist indecently assaulted a woman during what he called a chakra balancing session. The man is a former senior firefighter in Tasmania who was working as a massage therapist at the time. He has avoided being sent to prison for the assault. The court found the assault occurred while the woman was receiving treatment from him. ABC Australia Just In reported this.
A court in Tasmania found a former firefighter guilty of indecent assault during massage work. He will not go to prison. That is Australia. Now California, where new technology may save whales from fishing lines.
Whales off the coast of California often become tangled in fishing lines and other ocean equipment, sometimes with fatal results. Now scientists there are developing a new technology to help detect when this happens. It's called a smart mooring line. The device can sense when a whale has become entangled and alert authorities. California is working on the system as part of efforts to protect marine life along its coastline. The technology could help rescue teams respond more quickly when whales are in distress, potentially saving the lives of these endangered animals. Times of India reported this. Today marks 1 year since the National Guard was deployed to Washington, D.C. The troops became a familiar presence in the nation's capital over the past 12 months. We'll look at what has happened during that time. In Colombia, a powerful earthquake has killed more than 100 people. The quake measured 7.4 in magnitude. NPR World reported this. The world's best footballers are getting almost no rest between major tournaments. Spain beat Argentina 1-0 in the World Cup final on the 19th of July 2026. Just 6 to 9 days after that match, the world champions will have to start playing again in another competitive tournament. That next competition is the UEFA Nations League, which begins in late September. It means players who go deep into the World Cup will have barely 2 months to recover before they're back playing matches that count towards qualification and rankings. The tight schedule has raised concerns about player welfare and whether there's enough time for proper rest between such demanding competitions. OwnGoal Nigeria reported this. Scientists have found the fossil of a small predator that lived 240 million years ago. The reptile was discovered in Brazil, and it's giving researchers a rare glimpse into a period of evolution that's been poorly understood until now. This was the time just before dinosaurs and crocodiles emerged and began to dominate the planet. The creature had legs positioned in an unusual way, which may have affected how it moved, though the details of that are still being studied. The discovery helps fill in a missing chapter in the story of how ancient reptiles evolved. It shows what these animals looked like during a crucial transition period in Earth's history. Science Daily reported this. Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has now passed 4,000 cases. Health officials confirmed the grim milestone as the epidemic continues to spread rapidly through the country's eastern provinces. This marks one of the largest Ebola outbreaks on record in the region. In Gabon, residents of the capital Libreville are facing water shortages. The problems stem from low rainfall combined with deteriorating water infrastructure. Pipes throughout the city are failing, leaving many taps running dry. France 24 Africa reported this.